Kansas City Chiefs are on the move. In 1983, they soared to heights never before reached in the history of the franchise. The 1983 Chiefs passed for more yards than any previous Chiefs team and compiled the fourth highest passing yardage total in NFL history. But the future promises much more than a wing and a touchdown. The Chiefs are truly a team for the times. Their record-setting offense was complemented by a defense that led the AFC in interceptions. '83 was a year of transition. First-year head coach John Mackovic propelled the Chiefs into the football of the '80s with the help of a passing game that was nothing short of sensational. The Chiefs got a glimpse of their future in 1983, and they liked what they saw. It will only be a matter of time before the Chiefs rise to the top. This is a team taking wing. In 1960, a group of men who later became known as the Foolish Club founded the American Football League. The AFL was the brainchild of a young and earnest Dallas oil man named Lamar Hunt. Hunt's dream had become a reality, but in the early years, the Foolish Club took a financial beating.
The Dallas Texans pro football team, which was my team, was losing $1 million a year, and my dad is supposed to have said, well, at that rate, he'll be in trouble in 142 years.
Hunt and the other owners withstood the losses. Gradually, the AFL caught the public's imagination. The teams played exciting football, and perhaps most importantly, the league adopted a policy of building its own stars, rather than raiding the established NFL. Men like Gino Cappelletti, Lance Alworth, Jim Otto, and the Texans' Abner Haynes helped give the AFL much-needed credibility as the new league went to war with the NFL for the country's finest college talent.
There was several crazy instances of babysitting campaigns where one league or the other would hide players out to try to keep them away from the other league. And in one case that we found very pleasing through the years, we were able to spirit a player named Otis Taylor out of a motel window where he was being held by the NFL representatives. He went to Kansas City and signed with us and became one of the great receivers in pro football history.
25 years have passed since that initial season in 1960, and Lamar Hunt remains the architect, designer, and builder of an impossible dream. The celebration of a proud past. The anticipation of a promising future under John Mackovic, a thoughtful student of the game who believes he can return the Chiefs to a place among the NFL's elite.
If you turn your back, then you can't see whether he's coming inside or outside.
Okay, so turn here?
Yeah, just catch it. If you catch the ball here and then turn right at him, you see him. If you catch the ball and pivot around, you don't see him. He comes up, maybe falls down, or maybe comes at one side or the other side, and you have a chance then to make the break off him. One of the things that I feel strongly about is that success is a journey and not a destination, and that we have to work every day to achieve the things that we care to achieve. And once reaching them, for example, being the Super Bowl champion, we cannot stop there. We have to continue to improve and continue to be a success.
The journey began successfully for Mackovic and the Chiefs on the first week of the 1983 season. Mackovic showcased the Chiefs' new emphasis on the passing game, and quarterback Bill Kenny responded with an error-free performance that included a touchdown to Henry Marshall, number 89. The clinching score was conclusive proof that Mackovic had stamped his personal mark on the Chiefs.
Jarrell Thomas rolling right, looks to throw. He gets it away on the right side. Flipping roll. A touchdown, Kansas City to Carlos Corsa.
The Chiefs defeated the Seattle Seahawks 17-13, giving Mackovic a victory in his NFL head coaching debut. The following week, the Chiefs played host to the San Diego Chargers on Monday Night Football. Once again, it was wide open, big play offense that vaulted the Chiefs into the lead late in the game.
Carson, the wide receiver, Marshall in the slot. Faking the handoff. Kenny sets up the screen to Carson. He's going to throw downfield. Deep for Marshall. He's open. Takes the catch. 15, 10, 5. He's to the pass. How about that? I don't believe it. I don't believe it. A 48-yard pass play. Carson to Marshall. And the Chiefs lead it. How about that?
But the Chiefs fell in the final minute. It was the first of 5 games the Chiefs lost by 3 points or less. 1983 saw the Chiefs face the most demanding schedule in the NFL. In addition to their rivals in the AFC West, the league's strongest division last season, the Chiefs played road games at Dallas, Miami, and Washington. They were only a play away from victory in each of their 10 defeats. They had the lead in every game but 2. 1983 was a year of frustration, but it was also a year of hope. The team accepted Mackovic's firm belief in group unity, and the Chiefs ended the season with a much better understanding of what it takes to win in the NFL. And of course, there was the passing game. A Week 7 win over the Giants showed that Mackovic had forged a remarkable transformation. Bill Kenny threw for 342 yards, the 5th best single game total in Chiefs history and the most in 9 years. Kenny completed passes to 8 different receivers and set a personal standard by throwing for 4 touchdowns.
Here's the snap to Kenny. Steps up in the pocket, steps up and fires the middle for Marshall. Touchdown, Kansas City! Kenny backpedaling. Kenny, waiting ball deep down the right side for Marshall.
A new offense had fostered renewed excitement in the Chiefs. The team was headed in the right direction. John Mackovic believes that the key to winning in pro football today is the passing game. But to throw effectively, you need a sturdy offensive line. Mackovic drafted 6'6", 280-pound tackle David Lutz, then traded for veteran center Bob Rush. The pair joined Brad Buddy, Matt Herkenhoff, and Tom Condon to complete a formidable front wall. The next move was the design of a sophisticated multiple option offense that employed motion and shifting to disguise the Chiefs' intentions and confuse the defense. In one season, the Chiefs went from a conservative ball control team to one with an offense as exciting and as unpredictable as any in the NFL. But what made Mackovic's maiden voyage so impressive was his ability to teach a complex passing offense to a quarterback and a team previously unschooled in the finer points. Bill Kenny, in only his first full season as the starting quarterback, became just the 5th passer in NFL history to throw for more than 4,000 yards. His total of 4,348 yards was the 4th highest ever attained. 7 players caught 30 or more passes, highlighted by wide receivers Henry Marshall and Carlos Carson. Carson, number 88, shattered the club record with 80 receptions, and his 1,351 yards also established a new Chiefs milestone and led the AFC. In addition to Carson and Marshall, the Chiefs boasted 2 other fine wideouts, Anthony Hancock and Stephon Page, number 83. 2 tight ends made important contributions. Number 85, Ed Beckman, who became part of the passing attack for the first time, and Willie Scott, who was particularly valuable near the goal line, catching 6 touchdown passes. It's essential to have running backs who can catch as well, and the Chiefs had many, led by number 27, Theotis Brown, the team's 3rd leading receiver. In 1983, the Chiefs' passing game was a thing of beauty. It was an aerial show rarely matched in the NFL last season, and Kenny and his receivers made it look so easy.
And waltzing into the end zone is Carlos Carson for the touchdown. Kenny again looks to the air, bullets the right side. He's got Page for the touchdown. Kenny sets up and floats the right side of the end zone. Willie's got touchdown.
Bill Kenny, bursting onto the scene as the leader of one of pro football's most prolific offenses. While Kenny was breaking records and going to the Pro Bowl, the Chiefs' number 1 draft choice had the opportunity to watch and learn the ultimate in NFL passing offense. Quarterback Todd Blackledge knew Kansas City was an ideal place to be.
I think my initial reaction coming to Kansas City was one of anticipation. I was very excited about the possibilities of being a pro quarterback and coming here and you know, just experiencing what pro football was going to be about. Defensive schemes are much more complicated at this level, and the athletes are good enough that they can disguise coverages much better than they did in college. In college, I was able to get a great pre-snap read most of the time, and now you have to do a lot more thinking on your feet. You can't hesitate at this level. You have to be able to make decisions and react and respond right away.
Blackledge showed that he was a fast learner. He picked up the Chiefs' offense quickly, and when he got the chance, demonstrated that he has both the physical skills and the mental makeup to be an outstanding NFL quarterback. Another rookie, this one an undrafted free agent, proved to be quite a catch for the Chiefs. Wide receiver Stephon Page packed a ton of quickness and some graceful acrobatics into his sleek frame.
Kenny gets the snap, floats the middle, going for his wide receiver, Page, who makes an over-the-shoulder catch for the touchdown, Kansas City.
Jim Arnold, the Chiefs' 5th-round draft pick, developed into the kind of situation punter the Chiefs desire for their special teams. His ability to place a kick inside the 20 and hang it up for the coverage improved as the season progressed. Kicker Nick Lowry made a personal best 80% of his field goals in 1983, enhancing his reputation as one of the league's best. The Chiefs' leading touchdown maker was Theotis Brown, a versatile running back who didn't even become a Chief until the 5th week of the season. Brown helped beef up a sluggish ground game, and most importantly, he proved to be a highly effective receiver out of the backfield, a must in a John Mackovic-designed offense.
Theotis Brown, he's got running room up the middle of the 45-40, may go all the way, 35-30 down the right sideline. He will go all the way, 10-5, touchdown.
Brown's Brown's versatility was balanced by the gutsy running of tough Billy Jackson, number 43. Jackson led the Chiefs in rushing in 1983 and combined with Brown to form a backfield that, while not flashy, was dependable and rugged. In an offense that featured the pass, Jackson and Brown were exemplary role players. The Chiefs' defense, aggressive and persistent. Men like linebackers Thomas Howard, Calvin Daniels, and Jerry Blanton, the team leader in tackles a year ago, and defensive linemen Dino Mangiero, Dave Lindstrom, and Ken Kramer, number 91, helped man a unit whose forte was pursuit and support. Strong individual play came from linebacker Gary Spaney, number 59, and from two of the finest defensive ends in the NFL, Art Still and Mike Bell, number 99, whose career best 10 sacks were among the AFC's leaders. For much of 1983, the Chiefs' pass defense was among the best in the league, featuring corner Gary Green, number 24, a Pro Bowl selection for the third consecutive season. Green was the veteran performer of a group that also boasted some outstanding young talent. Lloyd Burroughs, number 34, Durwood Rockmore, Lucius Smith, and promising rookie Albert Lewis all contributed to the Chiefs' AFC leading total of 30 interceptions. But the most extraordinary story was written by a young man who was originally signed by the Chiefs in 1981 as a free agent punter. Deron Cherry not only started for the first time as a pro in 1983, he earned All-Pro honors as the best free safety in the NFL.
I felt as though I had the ability. I didn't want to get into a situation where I was coming in with the mentality of just making the 45-man roster and not really concentrating on coming in to try to win a starting job. I think that you have to think like that. You can't come in and think that you're just going to be there just to make that 45-man roster and just to be on the team. I want to be in the type of role where there's responsibility on me and I can come in and, you know, do the best that I can. I think that's the only way you can look at yourself and get better as an athlete and as a player.
Cherry became the ideal free safety. He led the league in interceptions for most of the season, combining a natural feel for the game with intelligence and mental preparation.
I think the mental aspect of preparing for each team each and every week allows you that little extra edge of being able to be in the right place at the right time. And in my position, that's a key thing. You have to be able to be in the right place at the right time.
Cherry performed beyond everyone's expectations but his own. His belief in himself never wavered, and he understood from the start that the mental aspect of pro football is equally as important as the physical.
I think everything worked out for me. You know, I had a super year this year. You know, it's really hard to say. Just like all the pieces fell into place.
A wind chill factor of 30 degrees below zero iced Arrowhead Stadium on the season's final Sunday. The Chiefs hosted the Denver Broncos, a team that needed to win to gain the home field advantage in the playoffs. Keeping warm was the #1 priority on this frigid afternoon. But hey, sometime you just have to gut it out and go to work. The Chiefs went to work quickly. The game's third play set the tone.
Guns to the left side. It's intercepted on the play by Lucius Smith down the right sideline to the 45-40. Cutting to his right. He's to the 30, 25-20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Kansas City.
Smith's touchdown was only the beginning. The Chiefs' record-setting offense blew out the cold, then proceeded to blow away the Broncos.
Here's the snap. Kenny sets up. He wings the right side, going for Carson, makes the over-the-shoulder catch at the 20 to the 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Kansas City. Kenny scans the secondary, floats over the middle for Willie Scott, leaping grab. Touchdown, Kansas City.
The final was 48-17. The Chiefs ended the season on the highest of notes, thoroughly dominating a playoff-bound division rival and playing the kind of football that will return the team to a place among the NFL's elite. 1983 brought many changes for the Kansas City Chiefs. It was a year of transition, a year when a new coach gradually yet firmly set a foundation for winning that will carry the Chiefs confidently into the new season. John Mackovic accomplished a great deal. His brilliant offensive design gave the Chiefs a new, vibrant look. His unyielding belief in the concept of team brought a disparate group of individuals closer, pulling together in the same direction for the same purpose. The Chiefs are on the brink of contention. It won't be long before this team takes wing.
It's just a great feeling to know that you're in a situation where you know you're going to excel. Sooner or later, you're just going to really excel. I think in Kansas City, we can be an exceptionally good football team, an excellent football team. Coach Mackovic explains it as a championship caliber team. That's what I think you see in the future for the Kansas City Chiefs.